Alright, what is going on? This is Didi, my very first video uploaded on my YouTube channel. I had a YouTube channel like, I don't know, 3 years back or something like that. And I just had to stop because I got a little bit too busy with high school, and I was also doing track and field at the time, and um, so that took up a lot of my time. And also the game was just kind of getting stale. That was in between, Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, like kind of that soft spot where nothing much was going on, and I kind of just lost interest in it. So, but here I am, got a brand new channel. Hopefully, I'm gonna have, this is just for fun. I just want to have fun. Try to participate in leagues, showdown leagues only because I didn't even get Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, so much less Sword or Shield. So I don't have the games, but I'm still, during quarantine, I kind of got back into Pokemon. So I've been like designing logos and stuff. So if you want to check out my art, you can look at my website in the link in the description below to check out that if you want some art. So there's that. But yeah, so we're in the IPA. The logo should probably be in the thumbnail, and it's a pretty big league. There's 48 coaches. It's divided into 4 divisions. I'm in the Moltres division. There's 12 people in my division, which is fine. I like when it's smaller because you don't get sniped as much. Not to say I didn't get sniped, but I was 8th out of 12, so kind of middle of the pack as far as drafting goes, which I feel like I get my best teams when I'm in the middle. I get sniped the least when I'm in the middle, as opposed to like on either end of um, the draft. So that's nice. So yeah, going in, I had a plan. I actually had 2 different plans, like one with a Mega, and then I made one with a Mega because I didn't know we were getting Mega Evolutions um, until I was actually like in the league. So yeah, so a few days before I made a whole new draft plan. I was gonna get Dragapult and Tapu Koko, but I'm not really in touch with like the draft meta, like what goes when. So Tapu Koko went first overall, and then Dragapult went 7th overall. So I almost got Dragapult, but I missed it by one pick. So I got neither of my first 2 picks that I wanted. So the first pick I did get was Kyurem. Kyurem's like, in my opinion, the best alternative to Dragapult. It doesn't do nearly what Dragapult can do, in my opinion, but um, yeah, I could have gone Hydreigon. But the difference between 95 and 97, or 95 and 98 speed, is really negligible for me, and I like that this thing is bulky. Hydreigon isn't that bulky, so uh, yeah. We also have the Dragon Dance, which I've used this thing like twice before in leagues, um, but I've never had it with Dragon Dance, so that should be really fun to use. Um, and also, but the only thing is, I wish this thing had triple axle. Like, it gets roost, even though its wings are like frozen, but it doesn't. Like, I don't understand that, but whatever, I'll take it. Speaking of roost, Subtoxic Roost is a pretty decent set on this thing. Gets a bunch of different coverage moves, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, I mean, usually I try to draft things that I have never used before in draft, but this draft is not really like that. I have used several of these Pokemon before in draft, and yeah, so that's it. I'm nicknaming this thing Fatal in this season. Alright, now second pick, I picked up Nihilego, which was part of my first draft plan. So once I picked up Kieran, I'm like, alright, scrap everything. I'm going to make a brand new draft plan that, like, integrates both of my former draft plans and then some new things. I know it's kind of overdoing it, but whatever. Nihilego Rock Poison, very awkward typing to deal with um, defensively for my opponents, right? So like Rock and Poison, it can hit grass types and fairy types, but it can also hit all the things that rock hits, which is awesome. It's also got great coverage moves like Grass Knot for ground types. Dazzling Gleam is great. Clear Smog is awesome. Foul Play. Knockoff could be a great tech move. We got Dual Screens. We got Stealth Rocks, Toxic Spikes, Thunder Wave. So a bunch of different coverage moves. Very bulky on the special side, as you can see. And it's also fast and strong. We just kind of, we're not going to, I'd rather have a terrible attack stack to help out with my other stats because, well, Ultra Beasts always have, okay, I don't even know how much, but Ultra Beasts always have like a certain amount of stats, so I'd rather have like no attack since I don't need it. Um, And I mean, I'd rather have more defense, but we're not going to be staying off physical hits. That's okay. I mean, even like I could probably take a few hits from like a bulky, but like a wall who goes for some physical hits. You know, just because my HP stat is so good, I can probably take some uninvested physical hits anyway. So it's gonna be Gank. I'm really excited to use Nihilego. I've never really used Nihilego like at all. So hopefully I can put in work with that thing. Mugis is next. My boy Kayak, and I literally have done that 3 times in a row. I put Kyak. I don't know where the second A, I don't know where the first A goes, but I just forget to put it there, I guess. So Regenerator, pretty much always. I mean, maybe if we're running Synthesis, which people really don't use on this thing, but I don't think it's a terrible tech, honestly, because Regenerator is good, but it's only a third, so anyway. Yeah, I could maybe run Effect Spore if I run Synthesis, but basically this thing's going to be going for Spore, it's going to be going for Toxic. It does get Hex, which I didn't know until recently, which is actually great. Um, and then Clear Smog is great, Foul Play is great. This thing's mostly going to be run defensively, like physically defensively, I say. But if I need to run it especially defensively, I can also do that. And its HP stat is just monstrous, so um, yeah. Well, not as monstrous as Kyurem's, but I think this thing has more defensive capabilities than Kyurem, just because it's typing, it resists a lot of things, and yeah, we can definitely, hopefully we'll be able to use this pretty well. Next up, I got Marowak, Alola form, not normal Marowak. Now this thing gets a lot. Oh, by the way, yeah, Thick Club we're gonna be running like every single week. Like it's no surprise that Thick Club is like, even if I'm not running this thing offensively, just Thick Club is so good against anything. 3 decent abilities. Probably gonna be like running Rockhead when I'm running offensive sets, and Lightning Rod when I'm running more something defensive. But um, yeah, this thing's just really good. Got a lot of coverage moves, a lot of special coverage moves. Kind of surprised by because it's not very good specially, but that's fine. Poltergeist. I actually didn't know this thing missed until I played in a league like yesterday when someone missed it against me. So that's interesting to note. Scorching Sands is a thing. This thing gets Stealth Rocks, which is awesome. Swords Dance, Will-O-Wisp. So it's just really solid. I think I feel like you always gotta prep for this thing. It can just always be a problem. Um, yeah, hopefully I use it well. Again, another thing that I haven't used that much. This thing I have used a few times. Registeel. It's just so solid. Okay, let me move my laptop, get out of the sun real quick. Burn it up. Alright, we're going to name this thing Triumph. And Registeel is just awesome in my opinion. It's got great defenses. It's got a bunch of different coverage moves. My team's really good on coverage moves, I think. Like Gank, Fatal, Mira, and Triumph. They're all pretty good on coverage moves in my opinion. It's got Stealth Rocks, Thunder Wave. Seismic Toss is great. We could run like a weakness policy Rock Polish set if we wanted. Because its attack stats aren't awful. Um, Counter would be nice. Earthquake is great for fire types. Yeah, that's about it. Not much else to say with this thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't get body press. I don't know why, but whatever. I'm trying to speed through this, as you can probably notice, because I don't think people necessarily want to watch hour-long draft analysis. So we got Miltank next. I wanted to get Licky, but that got taken like round 4. I'm like, okay, that's fine. The thing about this thing that makes it special is that it gets rocks and Milk Drink, which is great. Um, I wanted Licky for the Wish because my team isn't great on recovery other than a few things. I really wanted that Wish, but besides that, this thing is just it's really good because it's got a decent defense. It also has really good speed for a defensive Pokemon, right? So that's going to be great. Got 3 amazing abilities. Scrappy's great for just if I want to go like Banded and I just run, Return or something. Or even just Seismic Toss to hit Ghost types. Would be great. But then Sap Sipper as a Grass immunity, not that I need one on this team at all, but in case I want to do that. And then Thick Fat is probably going to be my primary ability that I use on this thing just because having a fire and ice resistance is just awesome. And yeah, that's about it. Again, great coverage, absolutely phenomenal coverage. Thunder Wave. I have so much speed control in this team. It's crazy. So yeah, next up, oh, next up I picked up. I actually did for no. I got Claydol. That's right. I got Claydol. That's my boy Cedar. I needed a spinner, and it was between this and a different Pokemon that I ended up not getting because it got sniped from me. Um, but I knew I was gonna get both of them, but I decided this one was less expendable. The other one that got sniped from me, I felt like I could find more replacements than this thing. It's a ground psychic type. It's got levitate, decent bulk, and I need a levitate user because I don't have a flying type on my team, so I really felt like I needed something to levitate on my team, and this fits the bill there. Stealth Rocks plus Rapid Spin is great. Get the teleport, which is awesome. Great switch initiative. Trick Room could be fun with Marowak. Um, yeah, that's nice. Dual screens. I have dual screens on like so many things on this thing. I feel like this thing should get recovered, but it doesn't. We could literally just bring like a full explosion team. Like, oh my goodness. Calm Mind, Nasty Plus. We can go for Iron Defense plus Body Press would be nice. But yeah, so this thing has options. I don't know how many times I'm gonna bring it, but it's usually just gonna be a rapid spinner. I feel like, which is unfortunate that I have to make it do that, but it is what it is, I guess. Next up, I got Pacimia. Now did get sniped here. Um, I wanted my boy Hitmonlee. I've used Hitmonlee a few times. I've used Claydol like once, I think, in draft. But yeah, Pacimian, tier 4, so it was the same tier as Hitmonlee, and I really wanted Hitmonlee in combination with something else that I'm going to get later. But yeah, Defiant, now that it gets Defiant, it's great. Um, so if I get Intimidated, that's great. So then I actually get a boost to my attack. If someone wants to defog, I can predict that and bring this thing in. Bunch of different coverage moves. One thing that this thing does do that Hitmonlee can't, and I was also considering Hitmonchan for another spinner, but Hitmonchan also can't do this, is its U-turn. U-turn's great. So yeah, and it's got better bulk than Hitmonlee, I think, overall. Even though its special defense is worse, its HP and defense are much better than Hitmonlee's. So that's awesome. This thing's gonna be running Scarf most weeks. I bring it probably just because it's so. God, I'm voice cracking out the wazoo. Um, but that's fine. I mean, if I need to bring Scarf, it's gonna be pretty obvious that it's Scarf, but that's okay because um, it's still good as is. Not that I have to bring Scarf, but I feel like it's just gonna be the best option most weeks. Uh, Next up, I got Manectric. Manectric is Lynx. And this is a great electric type. It's tier 5, so that was amazing. I got this thing for tier 5. I think that's good value. Lightning Rod's great at another electric immunity, as if I needed one. Um, it can switch into that, get a special attack boost. It also gets Hyper Voice, so I can use like a throat spray kind of strat here with this thing. It does exactly what I need it to, right? 105 speed, 105 attack, special attack. It's Volt Switcher. It gets Flamethrower for grass types, which is great. Quick attack if I need priority. Switcher could be fun, just another Thunder Waver if I want to do that. It's also got decent physical type attacks in case I want to go like Bandit and just catch people off guard a lot. So I can see like a Wild Charge, Ice Fang, I don't know, Double Edge and Quick Attack. I don't know, something like that. Probably not though. So just a nice Volt Switcher for bulky waters is great. That's about it. So I had enough. I knew I was the only one with a Mega left at this point, so I knew I didn't need to get my Mega until round 11. And I knew since round 5, I knew I was gonna get this Pokemon. I had enough for Tapu Fini, which is tier 1. I was able to get Tapu Fini, which is great. I knew because I was looking at the teams, I'm like, I don't want to wait too long for Tapu Fini, but at the same time, Tapu Fini works for no one else. On their team, everyone else had a water type and a fairy type already, so I didn't really. And again, by round 5 or 6, so I was good with that. I felt pretty comfortable in waiting for this thing, I'm glad I did because I did end up getting it. So yeah, I mean, just this thing, it's got good speed for a bulky Pokemon. I wish its HP was a little bit higher, but that's okay. I'd rather its HP be 75 and its attack be 70, but whatever. It's got Defog, which is awesome. It's got haze, which is awesome. Knockoff, more dual screens, which is just fantastic. I could really want dual screens on this on so many things. Only thing is, I don't really have the most setup mons, I guess. So whatever. Finny, it's good. It does what it needs to do. This was the one I wanted to combine with Hitmonlee, is having Hitmonlee run the Misty Seed, and then being able to get that on Burden off would be awesome. And then just bulking up with that speed, it would be really helpful. Actually, I wanna even see. I don't even know if. Okay, that's not how you spell Hitmonlee. Does Hitmonlee get Drain Punch? It does not. Okay. Also, Reckless Scarf would just be so fun. Oh my goodness, I'm really mad I didn't get that thing. I am pissed. So, that's our Finny. Last but not least, our Mega is Mega Sharpedo. Now, I needed to get something that was tier 2, or there's 3 tiers of separate tiers of Megas. I need to get a tier 2 or 3 because I was actually in the negative points at this point. But I knew what Mega I wanted from the get-go. I mean, I just really want to use this thing. You don't have to Mega first turn, so I can definitely protect, get a speed boost up, and then Mega Evolve. For some reason, I feel like this thing should get Sword Stance, kind of like Barraskewda, but it doesn't, so that's fine. It also gets Flip Turn, which I didn't think about. Like, when I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, it gets Flip Turn, that's nice. And it gets Close Combat now. A bunch of new things get Close Combat, which is great. Aqua Jet is great. I feel like there will be some 4-move syndrome on this thing just because it's got so many good options with offensive moves, and yeah, I know that's 2 water types in a row, but whatever. Like, I can have a bulky water and offensive water. That's okay with me. As far as I'm concerned, this was just mainly for the dark type. I wanted the dark type, and I wanted to try it out. You know, I wanted to use Mega Sharpedo for a while. It's also got deceptively strong special attacks. So if I want to run a special set and catch people off guard, I can definitely do that. So, does this get any, like, I know I'm already, like, prepping. I don't think this is getting, okay. Yeah, anyway, that's about it. This thing should at least get Nasty Plot. If it doesn't get Swords Dance, it should get Nasty Plot, but nope. Yeah, the only thing is that with Flip Turn, if I do go for Flip Turn, then I'm switching out, I'm losing my speed. If I'm already Mega'd, that could be annoying, because then I can't get Speed Boost, but it is what it is. 105 speed is still pretty good, so yeah, that's it for the draft. Hopefully you stay for the whole thing. Maybe you just skipped through and looked at. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Hopefully you just saw everything you needed to, and yeah, that's it. I'm excited. I'm gonna be definitely recording team builders and the battles, obviously, if I can. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, I don't really have an outro. Again, make sure you go into the link in the description. I'll try to link relevant people if I want to, if I can, and then I'll definitely link my website in the description below. So check out that, and I'll see you guys next time.